Good morning, guys. It is about 7:30 in the morning. I'm trying not to talk too loud because the rest of my family's still in bed. It's the weekend, but I am gonna go for a workout. I'm really excited because officially starting this week, or starting next week, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump a couple days early, I can start lifting heavy again. But it's been such a long time since I've lifted heavy from my surgery that you can't just go from however many weeks off of doing nothing to back to 400, 500, 600 pounds that you were doing previously. You got to kind of build yourself up. Since I hit that 12-week marker, 12, 13-week marker, I started off real low, and I've slowly been building myself up. And so today I'm going to continue to do the same thing. However, today's training, I have an event that I'm going to do, a competition. It's going to be the last weekend in June. And so today I'm not going to go super heavy, but I am going to start going through those processes and those movements of those events. There are 5 events, and we'll talk more about that in the video. As for right now, I'm kind of getting my bag ready. I'm getting some nutrition ready, and we're going to hit the road. Okay, guys. If you follow strongmen on YouTube or Instagram or whatever they're streaming on, there's a gentleman out there, is probably one of the hottest things in strongman right now, is Mitch Hooper from Canada. He has just in the last 2 or 3 years just come on so strong, and he's winning all the events. And he doesn't win every event, but he's winning the competitions. He's playing the game smart. But if you've seen any of his nutrition videos, he does this thing. I think he calls it the orange slurry or something like that. You get some vanilla Greek yogurt. I get usually about 2 cups. So, good thing of that. And then I usually prefer, there's another brand that I like. This is, we had some storms. A week ago, and I went to the grocery store, and the yogurt aisle was devastated. And it wasn't that everyone went crazy for yogurt. I mean, people did buy yogurt, but the problem was because of the storms, they did not get their supply truck to renew their shelves. But anyway, I had to go with the store brand. This is just a Kroger Carb Master. It's relative. It's not even Greek yogurt, but you know what? It's yogurt. It's got some protein in it. Good stuff. And then orange juice. It's a brand new carton. So you got to take the little tab off. And I don't know. I probably do about 2 cups of orange juice, somewhere in there. And then you just mix it together. This is something he, I think, pretty much does maybe once, twice a day, maybe. It's a big component to his breakfast nutrition. I've done it for a while. In fact, I would even argue to say that I have done this longer than Mitch Hooper. Growing up, there used to be a place, and I don't really know if it still exists. It was mostly in malls, but there was a place called Orange Julius. And they basically, now they had some other, I don't think they used yogurt, but they used some sort of cream. Maybe they did. I mean, I have to go back. If you go out there, you can Google copycat recipes of Orange Julius. That's what we should do someday, is pull, so then you get that nice consistency. And then, of course, let's get a banana too. That'll be good to eat on the way to training. And of course, we can't forget our hydration friend here, LMNT. Today's flavor of choice is, it's my second favorite. This is the grapefruit salt. This is a really good flavor for a hydration supplement. It's nice, clean. Just pour it in there. So much better and healthier for you than Gatorade or any of those aids. I'll put a link down in the details. What I'll do is if you go and follow that link, if you buy a box, I think there's like 30 packets, I think, in a box, maybe something like that. If you buy a box, then you will also get a free sample box of all their non-winter element packets, which will include grapefruit. But going back to what I was saying, collecting all my stuff here. Well, I guess keys would be nice too, huh? What I was saying before, you get the nice close-up. Hello, good morning, everyone. What I was saying before I got the element out was I should actually find my recipe of Orange Julius and then do a side-by-side comparison of just the orange slurry of the orange juice and yogurt and the actual recipe for an Orange Julius. But what I was saying was, I think the reason why I can claim that I've been doing this longer than Mitch is, number one, I'm older than him. I am 54 freaking years old doing this crap. But also, back in the day when I was poor, because, you know, you really, sorry that the camera's all jacked up a little bit, guys, because really when you're a kid, I don't care what household you're in, when you're a kid, you're poor. You don't have your own money. It's your mom and dad's money. So when I was poor and I didn't have the stuff, you know, my mom had gone to the grocery store, and I didn't have the stuff to make an Orange Julius. I remember a time or two. Now, I did not use yogurt. I will give Mitch that. That is a new twist on it. I will give Mitch the yogurt. He can have the yogurt. Yogurt boy. I didn't have the yogurt, but I did have vanilla ice cream. And so on those days when I couldn't make the recipe or go to Orange Julius itself, I would actually get vanilla ice cream, orange juice, and put it in a blender. Basically, it's a dreamsicle, people. And so I would say because of that, I've been doing this a lot longer than old Mitch. But I do like he integrated the idea of making it healthier with doing the yogurt. It's easier to stir and blend, and it tastes great. So enough of that. Let's get to the gym. All right, guys. I did forget to mention one thing. The events for the competition in June, the last weekend in June. The first thing is going to be a Conan's Wheel. This came around by the movie Conan the Barbarian. Now, in that one, he pushes the wheel. This one is actually, it has a bar that comes out, and you have to lift it up underneath the crevices of your arm like a Zercher squat, and then you basically pick it up and you go around in a circle. There's a lot of different variations to it, but it puts a lot of pressure on your diaphragm, so it's really hard to breathe. So you've got to really have some good lung capacity to either try and breathe while you're doing that, and then some people even hold their breaths. But I try and breathe as best I can. The second event, I believe, is a sandbag and load event. We don't have the exact instructions for that yet, for the rules for that event. It could be anything from carrying a certain amount of sandbags to like a yoke bar, and then having to basically get those sandbags and put it over the bar. Or it could be where you have to run it down 50 feet and then put it like in a wheelbarrow or something like that. And then you got to pick the wheelbarrow up and then go back the other 50 feet. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of different variations the sandbag carry and load could be. So hopefully we'll find that out soon. The third event is a mammoth bar, or some people will know it as an elephant bar deadlift. That's going to be for reps, as many as you can get in a minute. The fourth event will be a Viking press. I believe that will also be 60 seconds and as many reps as you can get in a minute. The Viking press could be one of two things. You could either be facing the implement, or you can have your back to it. It hits different muscles, or the angle of those muscles, depending on if you're facing forward or backwards. So we'll see. Haven't got the rules yet. And then the last event, there's 5 events. The last event is a circus dumbbell overhead press max. So that'll be nice to have that last, because I'm going to be tired. But it's a single lift. You get three attempts to go as heavy as you can. So just like any other static lift like that, you'll provide, okay, I'm going to start off at 90 pounds will be my first attempt. Then you'll come back your second attempt. Let's just say how I'm feeling. This is where a little strategy comes in. Is what did my competitors, what did they do? So, okay, you want to have an idea of what your limit is, and then go somewhere within that limit depending on what your competition does. So let's just say 125. 125 is that second attempt. Then basically you want to, and what I usually do as I meander on is my second attempt, I will try and do just a shade under maybe 90% of my 1 rep max. Is usually what I'll try and do. They're throwing ice out. I'm seeing ice come out of this little. I'm stopping and getting a coffee, so interesting. Anyway, so I'll try and do about 90% of my 1 rep max is usually where I will sit. And then I'll try and do, maybe, depending on what my competition does, anywhere from 5 to 15% higher than when my 1 rep max is for my third and final attempt. So that way it pushes me, and I can try and win that event that way. So we'll have to see. But those are the 5 events. I wanted to throw that in real quick and get on with it. So I'm gonna, I don't know why I'm still talking. I'm tired. Are you tired? I'm tired. Okay, folks. That concludes today's session. You probably saw in a little bit of the video, that's my buddy. He also does the strongman competitions. In fact, last year for the Arkansas Strongest competition, he's the one that got first place. So that is my competition. But he's a great guy. It's really, there's a huge difference, and I don't mind training on my own. I mean, the important thing is as long as you're in the gym is what matters. But I tell you what, having someone in the gym, whether it's a coach or whether it's a friend or someone at the gym who just, you know, comes in and does your workout session with you, it doesn't matter. Having that extra person in there pushes you. Like today, that last video you saw of the dumbbell overhead press, that is to mimic, because I put those fat grips on there, that is to mimic the event that we'll have later on in June, the circus dumbbell. And my goal, my plan was I was going to do 4 sets, 8 reps at 65, 6 reps at 70, 4 reps at 75, and then 2 reps at 80. Well, since this event is a 1 rep max, we decided how far could we go up the ladder for 1 rep. And at that gym there, their dumbbells only went up to 100 pounds. So we were able to do 1 rep at 85, 1 rep at 90, 1 rep at 95, and then I was able to sorry, I'm tired. I was able to get 1 rep at 100. Melvin ended at 95. But that's pretty good though, because that is the first time. I mean, he's done like, you know, normal dumbbell overhead presses, but kind of more in the form of the circus dumbbell. He's never done that before. So we spent like about 5-10 minute training session on technique that I've learned where I've been able to do it. So we went over that for about 5 or 10 minutes. And for someone who's never done that technique before, to be able to wind up doing a 1 rep at 95 pounds, that is outstanding. Sorry, traffic. Let me roll that window up. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So just to give you a comparison, prior to my surgery, I had a competition May of 2024, and I was able to do it was a 90-pound circus dumbbell, and I tied for first place. And I can't remember, it was, I either did 11 or 12 reps in 60 seconds. So it's, I've lost some of my strength, but being that I can do a 100-pound push after, you know, everything that's gone on, I'm pretty happy. I've got a good foundation to go from. I need to figure out how to get more weights. My work gym, I think hours there go up to 120. So I know I can at least, hopefully, get that going. So, you know, if I can't find, if I can't find anything higher than 120, then the good thing is to be able to start trying to go for reps at 120, and then I can use the 1 rep calculator to give me an idea, because it's not 100% accurate, to give me an idea of what that 1 rep weight might be for competition. If you're not familiar with what I just talked about, the 1 rep max calculator is pretty cool. Really, if you just Googled 1 rep max calculator, it should be your first result. But I'll go ahead down in the details section down there, and I'll put the link to that. It's really neat, because if you're doing a workout and your workout calls for 55% of your 1 rep max, then it's so nice, it's so helpful to be able to figure that out without having to do a whole bunch of algebraic formulas to come up with that. So yeah, it's a good tool to have in your toolbox. So yeah, I'll put that down in there. So that's something I can do, is I can, once I hit 120, is then I can go for reps and then use that to figure out where I need to be for competition. I think that's about it, folks. It's a beautiful sunny day here. As far as what I'm going to do for the rest of the day is I'm going to go put some ice on this shoulder, because it did some good work today. Take a shower. Got some house chores to do, and then I'm going to a baseball game. So yeehaw for spring and summer. You guys go out there, encourage people to get off the couches and go be active. It doesn't have to be a gym. Heck, they can go outside with their tennis shoes on, go for a 30-minute walk. Do something. Get off the damn couch. Go do something. Trust me. Your body will, at first, if you haven't done it for a while, you're going to be sore, just like I've been sore, having not been training for recovering from my surgery, but getting back into the gym, I have been so freaking sore. But it's going to happen. But what that's doing is it's breaking down those amino acids in your muscles, and it's rebuilding them, and it's coming back bigger and stronger and more powerful. So that's a good pain. Because in life you have 2 choices. You have the pain from muscle recovery from a good workout, and then you have the pain of your body breaking down from not being active. Trust me, the muscle recovery pain is a lot better. So get off your butts, encourage people to go to the gym, don't judge anyone, be well, be strong, get your fit on. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.